Hi everyone. Today we are having a very special event, Chitter Chatter with Ecopeace family. So we are from Ecopeace Teen Cafe. We started our journey on October 2nd, 2021. So today we are here with you to celebrate Interfaith Harmony Week and Global Ecopeace Global Summit. So I welcome all of you to this very special event. So it's a kind of informal chat with our team members. So I would like to welcome Arya Meher. She is joining us from Kerala, India. And we have Khadija bin Malik. She is joining us from Philippines. And also Aaron Bensier. He is also joining us from India. So they are our part of Ecopeace Team Cafe family. So let's know more about Ecopeace Team Cafe from them. So I would like to invite Arya to share about her experience and how she joined with our family. Arya, please.
Hello, good evening. Hope I'm audible. Yes, okay. So my journey with Ecopeace Teen Cafe was truly accidental, I will say, because I came to know about Greshma in a workshop, and like we just met, like I just heard from her, like what is Ecopeace Cafe, and I got an opportunity to hear from her in a seminar. Like she thoroughly explained what the project is and what the vision is and what they are really trying to do. So that caught my attention, and I asked, like I went to Grace and I asked, like, is there any opportunity so that I can also collaborate with you, because I'm really happy with the project. And because this kind of projects, like coming up with something like this is not very common, and also for a girl from Kerala especially, in her age, it is really so special. So I thought, like, if I could also help her in my very small kind of way, I could also like to take part in that. She was really happy, and she extended like full heart and full hands. And from that, my journey in the Ecopeace Teen Cafe started. So it was, I think, 2 months after the project have kind of started. So I kind of joined in the middle as a volunteer, but still everyone in the family like take care of me, and I really thought that, like, I am the member of Ecopeace Teen Cafe from the start. So that was a really heartwarming experience in Ecopeace Teen Cafe, and also I could really meet and hear a lot of people. Even my perspective, because I am basically an environmentalist, but my perspective on interfaith, religion, and everything was really a bit difficult. I come from a no faith background and everything. So Ecopeace Teen Cafe, when I met people from URI, and when I heard stories of people who are really trying hard to build peace with interfaith and everything, it was really truly a different perspective for me to look into. And that was a fresh start for me also. And I'm really happy and glad that I could meet Greshma, and I can be also a part of Ecopeace Teen Cafe. Thank you.
Thanks, Arya, for sharing that. And also, I would like to say that when you are here with us to volunteer, we also feel like we are really connected to you ages before. So that kind of connection and bonding happen through Ecopeace Teen Cafe. So I would like to hear from Khadija. How is your experience and your memorable moments with us? Please share, Khadija.
Good evening. It's nice to be again here with Greshma in Ecopeace Teen Cafe. I met Greshma virtually through an Earth Charter International course. We took the same course, and we had a webinar together as part of an Earth Charter project in the year 2020. And last year, when she introduced to me her new project. So although I know that I would be busy with my schoolwork, I thought I will give this a try. She convinced me, and I was also willing to join, even though I had my schoolwork. So I joined this project, and we met peace builders, change makers, activists, educators, and we learned so much from them and from their experiences, and also from the Ecopeace Teen Cafe students. They impressed me with their ideas and their experiences. They share their experiences, and with the conducted sessions we had with the change makers, they discussed different topics that are important for today's youth and today's teens to learn from. And we included the topics on environment, social justice, and peace building. And we learned from the speakers that there's nothing impossible. We can change our communities. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. When members are taking the right action with perseverance and determination and confidence, together cooperating, they can make the change within their communities. Women, they make up half of the population of the world, but they are often underrepresented, underestimated for their capabilities. Without ignoring the achievements of men in history and the present, women are actually behind some of the great successes of humanity. Besides women scholars, doctors, scientists, activists, historians, and mathematicians, women played an important role in society. The world's first university, in fact, it was founded by a woman in 895 CE in Morocco. And I also came to know that there's a city called Umoja in Kenya. It was founded by a woman. So this Ecopeace Teen Cafe, it's another great achievement that is so valuable. All faiths, for all identities. This online platform, it's a great opportunity for teens to hear and learn from many professionals around the world. And we, the volunteers, we are grateful for this opportunity, and we did enjoy and learn from this experience in a lot of ways. Thank you, Gresham.
Thanks, Khadija, for sharing that. And let's hear from Aaron. He is with us from the starting of Ecopeace Teen Cafe. He is representing our teens. So, Aaron, can you please unmute and share your experience with us?
Hello, everyone. I am Aaron Bensier, and I am a part of this Ecopeace Teen Cafe. I'm here to share my experience about how I met this group and how I joined in it. At first, the school was my point. The school opened my way to this group, Ecopeace Teen Cafe. I joined in a club, in the Lavender Club. That means based on the cancer, protecting this cancer patients. This club, I joined in that club, and my teacher sent me this link for joining in this Ecopeace Teen Cafe, and I did the quiz and other criteria for getting into this community. And later it was a great achievement for me, and the community helped me a lot. It was very different experience and different from other communities too. This kind of social circle is needed in every society, and it was my first experience for working in a community like this. Environment protection, interfaith, etc. The diversity in topics was a great achievement for Ecopeace Teen Cafe, and I am very proud that I am a part of this Ecopeace Teen Cafe. Thank you, Greshma, and every other volunteers who helped me throughout this journey.
Thanks, Arun, for sharing your valuable comments, like your valuable experience with us. We also enjoyed um, your participation, and thank you so much for being an active Ecopeace team with us. Thanks, Arun. And Arya raised her hand, please.
Yes. Actually, I have heard the story of like how the Ecopeace Teen Cafe has evolved, but still the complete story is missed. Just know that like you started this, you got this idea and everything. But I really like more like how truly it started, like what motivated you and what was the biggest part of you, which kind of turned it into Ecopeace Teen Cafe, because it is, I said, it is really difficult an idea. It is not a like very easy idea. Okay, you can just implement it as it. So I really like to know about it. If you can share.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Arya, for that question. So the starting of Ecopeace Teen Cafe. Like I have to go back to 2019. So I graduated from University for Peace in Costa Rica. So as part of my graduation requirement, I did an internship with Chitter International. So their secretariat based in Costa Rica. So I did 6 months of internship there, and at that every moment spending time with Chitter International is kind of learning process for me. I really cherish all those memories, and but one day, the executive director of Chitter International, she suddenly come out of her office. So I was really wondering what happened, and then I saw like she came out and watched a bed which comes near to her office, and the entire team went out of the office and watched it. So that was kind of new for me. Like I uh, never did like that before. So that was really kind of new for me. So I thought, oh, why they did that? And like I really surprised by uh, seeing people who are really observing the nature. Before that, I never used to do that. So I'm kind of a peace builder who is more motivated towards interfaith peace building. And I went to Costa Rica for studying about peace and conflict transformation. But this moment changed my entire life. So then I started observing nature more. And I feel there is something really special in nature. So let's find it. So I started observing, and then we then traveling from Siddharth Cologne to UPs. We took a kind of van and traveling like of 15 to 20 minutes. I don't remember the exact time, but we had a trip in the forest. So I observed, and day by day, I really find out that it really changed me. It really transformed my behavior. It really makes me light. And then I found that, okay, nature can really do magic in your life. So suddenly I started a new hobby to observe nature, observe birds, and observe trees. So that made me more peaceful. And even though our program is so quite intense, but this moments of watching nature gives me more inner peace. So at the same time, Kerala also witnessed heavy floods for the first time. Like in 2018, we had floods, and during that time, like we really that was for like the first time after centuries. So that's quite touching for all Keralites. So I was in Costa Rica, and I always tensed about my family and how how my friends and my family and the entire people will how they are treating this disaster. So I thought it's important to come back to India and share this message with students, especially students. So when I was young and when I was doing my schooling, I was not that much caring for the nature, and I feel so regret. Like I can use this, I could use this time to more, like more productive and more fruitful, but I didn't do that. So I feel like I have to come back and share this message with the students. Then after graduation, I immediately I came back to India and started some training programs in schools. And then at the beginning of 2020, then COVID came and everything was closed. And it also affected me personally, like COVID affects my family and like lots of things happened with me. And at that point, I did one course with Euphrates Institute. So they provide me lots of support like resources, and also it actually helped me to believe that we can create a family through online. So we did kind of 6 months of course, and we proved that online can create families. So after that course, I like in between I really did the project design and talk with different vendors and lots of people like James Ofu from Euphrates Institute, Sylvia and Sarah from URI helped me a lot in designing this project. So after that, we implement and we started this project on October 2nd, and we are creating families. And I hope like we are really transforming the lives of these teens, these kids. And after one of our session with Gandhi and Peace, one of our students say that, yes, ma'am, this really changed my life and this really changed my perspective. So that made my day. So that's why we initiate this to transform many lives. So I hope we can do that through this process. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Arya. I hope I answered your question.
Definitely, and I'm really glad a bird can actually, change, and it can make something really big. It just flew from one tree to another, and now we have Ecopeace Teen Cafe, the whole project. I'm really thankful.
Yeah, thanks, Arya. And with that, I am all, when I shared about bed batching, I know you started your bed batching since the day you born. So please share that experience with us, Arya.
Yes, actually, I don't know whether I am a true bird watcher, because when I started going and I started seeing nature, when I can understand it, my father was like observing birds, butterflies, and also damselflies and dragonflies, and also snakes also. So I'm kind of a mix. So I'm not a bird watcher. I'm not a butterfly watcher. I'm kind of a jack of all trades, but still the vision has helped me a lot. I would really like to thank my parents, especially my father, for that. I think my first trip he took me was when I was 4 months old. So I think I have this learning like without knowing. So from that part, like trees and flowers, birds, butterflies, everything was like kind of a healing for me. And as a person also, each and every trip has transformed me into a person, because from the first day I can carry a bag. My father was so strict that like nobody is going to carry a thing for me. If I want water, I am supposed to remember that I have to carry a water bottle with me. Nobody is going to give water. If I am like I have problem with sun, then I have to remember at home that I have to take an umbrella. I have to pack that thing. So from packing a bag, it was so disciplined that like I can take care of myself. I think that is the best learning any person can ever have, like taking care of ourselves in all means, like taking care of us emotionally, physically, and in all space. So I think that is the best and greatest learning I got from that. And I also got this observation skills. It really make a person closer to the other person. Like unknowingly you observe the other person also, like with that skill of observing bird and nature and all. And it makes life easy. It makes friendships easy. It makes relationships easy. So I think nature has a lot to give you. There's a lot many things to learn from it, and everyone should look into nature and learn their part.
Thanks, Arya. Thanks for sharing that. And yeah, like we have Khadija here. So I would like to ask, Khadija wrote a poem for us during the celebration of Interfaith Harmony Week, and we offered Global Interfaith Prayer. So I would like to know your experience while you writing the poem for us for Ecopeace Teen Cafe and celebrating interfaith. What comes to your mind and how you did that in very short span of time? You did an amazing job by writing the poem. Please share that experience with us.
Yes, Greshma, thank you for that question. My poem, Our Interfaith Community, it was a special experience for me. And you giving me that prompt, actually, I was writing more on nature, peace, family. That was the main topics that I used to write on poetry. But particularly on interfaith, I love that topic. So I really wanted to write a poem on it. And in a span of 1 week, I had to gather all my thoughts. And from the first day of February till the last day of the World Interfaith Harmony Week. So it's like that itself, it was my experience of experiencing the World Interfaith Harmony Week, because I wrote it during the duration of that. And I also had to think of what's happening, internationally, not only in my country or in my experiences. I wanted to make it more diverse, more broad. So writing that, for me, that poem stood out for me personally. And I'm glad that many of you enjoyed that poem, and I hope that inspired also as well. And I will continue writing poems because writing poetry is my passion. Thank you.
Excuse me, Grishma, if I could
Thanks,
add.
thanks, Khadija. Yeah, please.
Yes, that poem was really, really, really heart-touching, because after all the prayer and everything, everyone was so like peaceful, and that poem came and hit in the right spot, and it was written so beautifully and so well and with so much of heart and soul that and also Rija had like recited the poem so well also, so the soul really entered everyone in that room. It was such a great experience to hear that at that moment, that specific moment, and I really enjoyed it, and I got goosebumps. It was really amazing, Rita, and keep up your good work and your passion. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, Khadija, like as Arya said, like yeah, it was really a great moment. I think like when we offer prayer, like from different religion, especially from Hinduism and Abrahamic traditions, then Baha'i faith, and all the religion, like we bring like 8 or more religions, and especially with yogic tradition. And after all the prayers, when you share your poem, it's really very special for us, and we will remember that moment forever, like that much special to our heart. And thanks for sharing that. And we have Ria here. So Ria, do you like to share your experience with Ecopeace Teen Cafe?
Yes, ma'am.
Please, please.
Like everyone others, I was also so excited what will be learning in Ecopeace Cafe when I was joined here first time. And after so many meetings, I have learned so many things about how to preserve our earth and how to preserve the legal side of our environment. So much things like that, and I have got a great idea about so much things from learning from this, and by different mentors, I was able to improve my speaking skills, and I am quite grateful about joining this program.
Improve my speaking skills. Thanks, Riya, for sharing that. And Arya, currently you are doing your MA in Ecology and Sustainable Development, right? So, can you share how the journey of Ecopeace Teen Cafe helped you in your studies?
Definitely. Like I said, like I have seen the whole environment or nature through a really, I think, a small monocular. It was so like narrow. My vision was so narrow. So when I started going to this course, and when I am exposed to all these lectures and all, and also my course is basically focusing on the social science aspect of ecology and environmental science rather than the science aspect. So there was a lot to learn and understand, because my perspective was basically very scientific. It was very narrow towards all the organisms and why it works and all that. But the course have given me a totally different perspective, that how people are also involved in this link. And also we have a paper like human ecology, where we kind of try to understand how these people and the environment is connected way back, like in cultural ways. So when we speak about culture, there comes faith, there comes a lot of like how the religions, not the prominent ones which say, but how the indigenous religions come in, and how the bond between them is growing, and how they try to keep all that even in this fast moving or the so-called developed world. So there was a lot of new perspective to take in. So at that right moment, only I heard you. So I could kind of really interlink that very well with Ecopeace also. So I was also kind of like, I want to do like to take part in something. I really didn't have that energy to start something of myself. So then I heard you and I thought, okay, I can join, and I'll ask like if I can help in this. So basically my point of view at that time was like Ecopeace Teen Cafe was basically focusing on environmental lessons in teens, and the behavioral change and also that. But as the journey goes in, only I understand that, okay, this is more than that. There is interface, there is URI, there is a charter linked to this. The backbone is kind of different, and you as a piece builder. So it was kind of a totally an evolution process, I will say. And also I had this in my course topic also, so I can kind of really interlink with it so well, and I'm really thankful that it all came and happened at the right time. So that is what I really like to say.
Yeah, thanks, Arya. And yeah, like our program is designed according to a starter principles. That's why you can see everything here. So, like starter principles has 4 pillars. So we started Ecopeace Teen Cafe, the first Ecopeace Ambassadors program on October. So on October, we focusing on community building and how can we create a community. So we selected 30 students from different schools in India for this program, and we are like the speakers are from different countries and volunteers are from different countries. So the initial time we had volunteers from Nigeria, Honduras, and India, Philippines, US, and like from many countries. So we spent time on October for like creating a community with us. Right? So we did ice breaking session with Sarah. She's associate director of URI. She helped a lot to break the ice and creating a community within us. And also we did a session on music and peace building. So that also helped to create a community through music, how we can do it. And the speaker was Genial. She joined us from Rwanda, and she had a like extensive experience in peace building. So that really helped to break the ice and create a community of Ecopeace Teen Cafe. Then we moved to another session on environment. There we discussed about climate change, and then we discussed about how to protect nature and need of preventing harm to nature. And also we discussed indigenous knowledge. And so after each session, we gave them some assignments. So the students are not just listening what others sharing, but they have an opportunity to share their thoughts with us through assignments. So they are kind of improving their writing skills also. They are improving their speaking skills also. So they are not just listening to someone who is speaking from another country, but they have an opportunity to really know the deep knowledge from their own community. So if the speaker is from US, we are speaking about indigenous knowledge. We ask them to research about your indigenous community in your locality. So bring search about their names and find out the environmental protection practice they use in their community. So this is kind of opportunity to um, dive deeper in your locality and in your community as a local citizen, but think as a global citizen. That's why we bring global speakers or experts from international organizations. So we are helping them to see the world at their 13 or 14 years old. When they are 14 or 15 years old, they started seeing the world through us, through Ecopeace Teen Cafe. So after that, we did a session on social justice. There we discussed about the diverse communities, especially about inequalities in gender, LGBTQ communities. And on this January, we discussed about peace, Gandhi and peace, nonviolence communication, interfaith harmony. So we are giving them a kind of holistic approach on every issue so they can have a take on it. We are just giving them perspective so they can think from their own perspective. Though, so we are giving them voice to talk about their future, their current and tomorrow. So that's what we are trying to do through Ecopeace Teen Cafe. And I can see Khadija raise her hand. Khadija, please.
Yes, Greshma, you founded the Ecopeace Teen Cafe with inspiration from the Earth Charter International. So can you tell us in short words, how did you come through the Earth Charter and what is your experience in using the Earth Charter to build this Ecopeace Teen Cafe?
Yeah, as I already mentioned, like HR is something that really transformed me. So, so yeah, it's like uh, I got task that I have to read the annual reports of our charter. So I read all the reports from its beginning to 2018. So when I read, it actually talked to me like what they did in the past years. That really motivated me. That really inspired me to do my part. So when the Earth Charter um, introduced in early 2000, then it's still relevant. And how it is relevant? It's because we have to leave the document. I'm saying not reading the document, we have to live the document. So then year by year, it got its strength through youth like us. So I use these principles and not just reading and changing myself, but I thought it's very important to change others. I'm I'm not trying to change others, but I'm trying to give the light. Give the light. So that's why I choose teenagers. So I see them as the powerhouse. So powerhouse of energy. So they are with full of energy. So they can use their voice to change the world. So we already so like everywhere there are lots of climate activists. They are very young. They are using their voice to change the world. So I thought we can. So but there are lots of initial fears. There are lots of self doubts, and when I had this all these self doubts, actually my family helped me a lot to like to stay focused. And Sarah also helped me a lot. And Amanda Bennett, she's the youth coordinator of Chatter International. They always help me in our journey. So it's really hard. After my graduation, I still focused on this project. There are lots of hardness are there, but then I thought my goal is very important. I have to share this message. This is my passion. If I'm living with this passion, I'm happy. There are self doubts and there are like times of failures and lots of negative emotions. But even though if we are standing what we are for, we get the courage and we can go forward. But everything depends on the first step. If we have the courage to take the first step, then everything will happen automatically. So that's what happened with Ecopeace Teen Cafe.
Thank you for sharing that, Greshma. It was nice experience to hear that from you.
And yeah,
I would like,
so sorry, Arya,
can I?
please. Yeah, sure.
I was just like thinking about like UPs because many people doesn't know that there is a university under UN and they're teaching peace and also can you please explain about like how the course was and how it affected you and
Yeah. University for Peace is based in Costa Rica. So it's established by the United Nations General Assembly. So I did my master's in international peace studies. So I joined there in 2018. So that's kind of a really transforming experience. So our classroom is full of like multicultural environment. We are we were kind of like 200 people were there as students and from different countries, more than 50 countries. So that itself gives lots of different perspectives about others' culture, and even the initial days, uh, there are lots of cultural shock. We used to say like there is no common in our common sense. So what we say common sense is not applicable to others. So there are like lots of lots of fun and lots of stories. So many people are from different countries with diverse experience, and many are from conflict affected places. So they have lots of stories to tell us. So, but it's actually teaching us more than what we learned from our resources, like reading material. So that 1 year, like we spend almost 10 months at the campus, then we have this opportunity to go out and do internships at different organizations. So I did my internship as part time. So I joined there on August 2018. I started my internship at January 2019. So I did 6 months of internship at Air Charter International. So I completed my master's in July. So I completed everything in 10 months. Like, so it's a quite intense process, but I go through it. And yeah, like when I got my diploma on July 1st. So that's a kind of oh wow moment for me, like aha moment in my life. So yeah, like living in UP really changed my life in my perspective towards others, especially like towards the approach towards my neighboring countries and to the people there. It really changed. From there, I came to understand how a person can change your life and the way you see them. Like before that, I had like lots of stereotypes and prejudice, but after UPs, I really removed that. Even now, when I talk, I always think twice and started to think from others' perspective. So when anyone asks about UPs, I always shared about how it transformed me. Like how it, I never shared about the knowledge I get from this reading materials, but I always share like how UPs transform me. And yeah, like from the Peace Park to the living with the host family, I had wonderful family there. So they always connected to me and they always helped me during my studies, like my own parents. So that's wonderful, uh, wonderful time in my life and U pieces. And even if you go through the Ecopeace Teen Cafe website, you can see U pieces there. So wherever you go, you will find one UPSer, and that UPSer will be there for you to help you. So when I started Ecopeace Teen Cafe, I contacted all my friends in UPs, like, please do this session for us. So from the day one to like last January and in the coming next week, you can see lots of UPCs are joining us and sharing their knowledge with us. So they are really passionate. If you want to see people who do work for a cause, like you have to visit UPs. There you can see humans who don't look for any religion, caste, gender. We don't have anything. We are just UPs. We are just humans. We are seeing humans as humans without any kind of discrimination. So that's UPs. It's a great family. If you give more time, I will keep on talking about UP. So I'm stopping here.
Even by knowing a few, it was really a pleasure for us. Whoever have come to Ecopeace Teen Cafe to do the sessions, they're really nice and loud. So thanks for you.
Thanks, Arya. And Khatija, I would like to hear about Grey Sport Pets from you. Like I always follow your YouTube. So can you please share about that, about your pets?
Actually, Grey Spot Pets channel, we started it in 2020 when we just thought we want to share what we are doing for animals and plants. And we had our cat Grace. She was born in 2015, late October, and we adopted her. Because we found her on the street and she doesn't have anyone to take care of her, and there are cars. It was near to the main road, so we felt pity for her, so we took her home. At first we didn't want to adopt her. We just thought we will just feed her until she grows. But then after that, after like about 3 months, we started to develop a connection with the cat. And I think maybe it's also not for us, it's also in general that when we take care of something, you will feel attached to it. So that's what happened. We felt like we are connected with her, and she felt so close to us that we thought we can't just leave her in the street after she grows up. And there are also many cats in the street, but for us she was different. She was special. She what's the most significant thing that we always remember from her was that every time we pray, we pray 5 times a day, and in every prayer we place the carpet and she prays with us. She stands there on the front and she faces, we only face Mecca, we don't face anywhere else. She could just stand facing anywhere, but she stood facing the same direction that we faced, which is the Mecca, which that was so unusual for us to see. So that one we really admired her on that. And the first 3 years that she was with us, that we were in Dubai, we adopted her in Dubai. And then after that, when we decided to move here to the Philippines, we thought we can't leave her behind. We have to take her with us. She wouldn't want to be left behind. So we did all the document works. It was not easy. It took us several months. It's a very long process. And then in fact, we came to the Philippines without her. We thought she can be with us in the same flight. but she came after a week because we couldn't book for her a flight. So she came and she was crying. We met her in the airport. She was hungry. She doesn't want to eat unless she's with us. But maybe she ate a few bits, but she's not used to eat outside. So after the first year that she was with us here in our home in the Philippines, she got used to the place. And then after that, we thought it was not taking care of Grace. It was not the first time for us to take care of a cat. We took care of several cats in Dubai, and they were stray cats. So we feed them. Sometimes we even give them shelters. They stay there in the front of our homes because outside was cold and our home was warm. So they come near to our door. So in the first year that we came here, we decided to open this channel, Gray Spot Pets. And we thought we'll name it Gray Spot Pets because Grace, her full name, actually we give her a full name. Her full name is Grace Gray Spot. So we thought Gray Spot Pets because at that time, we also had other pets other than Grace. We also had a chicken and I think 3 hens and a duck. So we called it pets so that we can make it more general. And also to include not only our pets, but also, in general, taking care of animals. So that's why we started that content. We thought in the beginning, we would only see a few views, but then after that, little by little, we start to see that some people are enjoying it. So we continue. And last year, during late September, she was diagnosed with a kidney problem. She had a kidney problem. So we took her to the vet several times. Maybe she went 4 or 5 times. She took a test. She took blood tests. She was also medicated with 3 medicines. And we took really good care of her through those hard days. And, it was very sad for us to see her as her body slowly weakens. And in December 8th, she passed away. We were very sad that day. And we still, we didn't just throw her. We kept a burial place for her, which we still visit. And actually today, I went with my family and we visited her and we made a short prayer. So we still remember her till today while we continue our channel, Gray Spot Pets. Thank you.
Thanks, Khadija. That's so touching. And I know, I always watch the video, so I know how special Grace is for you. So thanks for sharing that. And Arya?
Yes, I'm also really touched by what Khadija said. Actually, for people who really have a pet, really understand what she said, like emotions really. And also there's a saying like you can trust a man with a dog. I say you can trust and love a person with a pet because it is a responsibility we are taking. And then I really understand like what their family went through, and I'm really like I just what to say.
Thank you so much, Arya, for your message. And thank you so much, Greshma, for watching also our videos.
And thank you. And we are at 8 p.m. now. So we planned this for 1 hour. So do you have any other questions? Otherwise, we can stop. No? So, yeah, thank you. Thank you all for supporting us. Ecopeace Teen Cafe is a new project. We just started last year. So thank you so much for the support and thank you thanks to all who are watching us on Facebook. And thank you so much. We hope we can continue this journey, and please join us for other events. We have like lots of events till February 28th. So please join us for the Ecopeace Global Summit. And thank you so much.